Welcome everyone to the race of 2024. Introducing our racer, Abigail Smith. And she is ready to win it all. We will be focusing on some of her friends and family, her hobbies and interests, and her future plans to get to know our racer. Abby was born in Iowa and is racing for the first time today. Let's introduce some of her supporters in the stands. First, we have her Aunt Bobby, who works for a computer company and does a lot for the family. Abby describes her as hardworking and very compassionate. Next, we have her Uncle Mike, who is a journeyman plumber, and Abby describes him as also hardworking and very smart. In addition, we have her three siblings, Aubrey, who is a wrestler, her brother Jackson, who loves his VR, and the youngest sibling, Maddox, who is incredibly smart. The left side of the bleachers consists of some of her closest friends, including her best friend Ava, who is very funny, and it always feels like their little podcast when they're together. They love going to B-dubs and watching football. Next, we have her friend Gabby, who's very sweet but also honest when she needs to be. Her and Abby love going to Topgolf during the summer. Lastly, we have a friend who is very funny but also a little witty, and that's Elida. Abby and Elida have known each other since they were born and have been friends ever since. But we can't forget about our two cats, Nala and Minnie. Other than all of her activities, Abby just loves sitting and relaxing. Abby has been going to races since she was born, but other than racing, she loves welding, and outside of all of her hobbies, she works at Longhorn, does to-go orders and expos. Her favorite class is at Iowa Western, and she does welding. But outside of school, she loves going to the Y and working out, and going to Target with her friend Ava. Now, outside of her activities, she loves just sitting in bed and relaxing and reading a good book. Recently, she has been reading If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. She loves traveling and has been to Texas and New Mexico many times with her family. She plays for the softball team at AO and has been playing for 7 years. She's been to many concerts, including Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Disturbed, Zach Bryan, and more. But if she could meet anyone, she would meet Nikki Sixx because that's her favorite rock star. Now let's talk about some of her favorites. Her favorite food is tacos and tamales. Her favorite color is forest green. And her favorite music genre is rock and metal. We could talk about her favorites all day, but let's move on to her plans for the future. If she could have it all, she would of course want a huge mansion with an indoor pool and an at-home studio. But back to the reality. After high school, she would either like to go to California for college and become a marine biologist, or go to North Carolina and pursue racing. But as a side job, she would also like to do welding. During the time after high school, she would also like to visit the Monaco Grand Prix, and in 10, 20, 30 years, she would love to become a UFC fighter. Now, it is time for a race. Are you ready, racers? 3, 2, 1, go. So, as we're coming up to our first mark, we talked about her friends and family. She is now in 8th place. Coming to our second mark, we talked about her hobbies and interests and some of the things she loves to do. 5th place, coming close to the top. Now, for our third mark, we talked about her plans for the future, and she is now in 3rd place, close to winning it all. She's in 1st place. and she finishes in first place.